out here now since I was doing it all off season. Working on my movements, working on my steps, low pad level, just all that thing. Like I said, muscle memory is key, and I think it's shown dividends.
Sorry. He mentioned that a lot of guys will come out here and do like cone drills, that sort of thing, and you're one of the rare ones who does like some of the grinding kind of stuff. I guess where does that work ethic come from in your eyes?
Shoot. I mean, you could take it back to wrestling. My coach Pete Welsh from McDonough really instilled work ethic, but it also comes from our parents. Just my whole life, I've been taught like if you want the results, you're gonna have to put in the extra work, and it's not always gonna be easy. But I mean, if you want the good results, then you're gonna go get it regardless.
PJ Etor used his first season as a true freshman playing really for a springboard for what he did last year. Do you feel like, not to compare you to him, but just the fact that you got a lot of exposure playing is going to help you? How much do you think that will just help you hit the ground running this year?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it showed already out here. The game slowed down for me a lot compared to last year. Last year I was just running wild. Coming out of high school, you don't have too much technique. You really don't know the playbook as well as you should. So this year the game's definitely slowed down a bit. I'm playing faster. I'm stronger. I've got an extra year in the weight room. So, I'm ready to take off.
Have you watched old film of yourself, maybe?
Oh, yeah. I watched film from last camp. I watched film from last season. I made big strides. I'm not happy, but I'm not sad because it was a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm ready to take that next step, and I think the film shows this year.
What part of your game do you think shows maybe the biggest improvement after watching it?
I would say from football IQ, knowing what I'm going to get pre-snap reads. I know what I'm going to get, so it helps me play faster. But I think my strength and explosion, that comes from the weight room doing squats and power cleans with Coach Deej and Coach Losi. So I think I'm just a bigger guy, I'm a more explosive guy, and I think it's really hard to block me.
You mentioned taking that next step. I mean, what does that look like for you?
Being dominant every game. Coach Penn says in order for this defense to go, I have to take that next step, and I have to be dominant every game. It doesn't matter who we're playing. I have to wreak havoc in the offense.
Looking at that defense as a whole, how have you guys improved as a unit so far as offset?
We're fast. We had a lot of young guys last year, as well as myself. So I think we're all just ready to go. This defense is ready. We know what we're capable of doing. So I would say that.
What do you think the strongest point in this defense is so far?
Our competitiveness. We want to compete all across the board, whether it's D-line, safeties, corners, it doesn't matter. We all want to compete. We all want to be the best. So, and it shows when we compete against the offense. They make us better, we make them better. So we just love to compete on the defensive ball, no matter what.
What have you seen from CJ and Miranda and push for reps inside?
Yeah, those guys are great. They give me challenges in one-on-one, in team reps too. They're grinders. They're, like I said, they're gonna go get it. They work really hard, and I love competing against those guys. They're pushing me all. They push me all camp.
What about just having the competition as the 3 technique spot? Who are the other guys that you think are going to be part of the rotation?
Oh yeah, I think we have a lot of guys. I think we have me, Tone, Fred, Hansard, Judge Culpepper, Damian Barber, and the list goes on. We're all competing for spots, but at the end of the day, we trust Coach and we trust our capabilities too. So when we get out there, when it's our time, then we're going to perform, and it can be said for each guy down the list.
Who have you found yourself beside the most in camp?
Coach has been rotating me. I've been with Damian, I've been with Fred, I was with Tony today, I've been with Rob. So Coach has just been rotating me in and out with guys. So I played all across the board.
Are you looking for a pairing? I mean, is he looking for a pairing just to go 2 and 2, or do you think he's fine with rotating everybody through?
Yeah, I think he's fine with rotating everybody through, and that's what makes us so great. It doesn't matter who you put out on the field. Those guys, we're ready regardless of who he puts out on the field. So I think he's rotating us right now in camp, and that's what we're going to do in the season.
What have you learned from Windsor, just watching him, and maybe watching him last year a little bit? I mean,
Yeah.
he's different maybe than you are, but what have you learned from just maybe take from his game and try and...
Yeah, he's technically sound with all his techniques. He does everything for a specific reason, and I've learned to watch that. And also off the field, his habits off the field. He's getting in the cold tub every day. He's eating healthy every day. He doesn't miss a beat. So the transition from the field into off the field is critical for him, and I've loved that. And just watching him has helped me too.
Seemed like those ends have made a splash so far. What's it like watching them from the inside? And is there anybody that has really burst out to you?
I would say, I mean, you got all those guys. I mean, you got Eter Shock, you got Jason, you got Daniel, Shane, and DC, and you got all those young guys. I mean, the whole defensive end room, you know, it's crazy. It's fun to watch. You know, when we're in there, you just take a glance at whoever's out there. It could be Eats or Jason or Shock. You know, they make our job easier, and I think we make their job easier too. So we just feed off of each other. But the defensive ends are, you know, like you said, they're crazy.
PJ, we've talked a lot this training camp about length and athleticism on defense. What have you learned from year 1 to year 2 about having length and using length properly?
I mean, length at my position.
Yeah.
I mean, well, like you said, we're lengthy. We're a lengthy defense. We got tall guys across the board. I mean, if you're tall or short, it really doesn't matter. But you know, we're able to, you know, knock balls down at the defensive side. At the defensive line, get our hands up. The cornerbacks are tall. The linebackers are tall. I mean, we got Cam, who's, I don't know, he might be like 6'10" in the middle. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, length is huge for what we want to accomplish. You know, getting PBUs and stuff like that. So yeah.
What's the biggest difference between the squad right now versus last year?
I mean, there are a lot of that squad taught us a lot. You know, we got to compete every day. You know, I mean, that we had a lot of leaders last year. So, you know, they showed us the ropes. We have a lot of young guys right now. Last year that we're just learning from them. You know, you got Koa, you got KG, you got Sharif. You know, those guys taught us that it's an everyday process, and I think we've taken that and translated into this year. So, no, they taught us a lot about what we need to do to be successful, because they were successful. You know, they got a Big Ten championship. They won a Fiesta Bowl. So we're just trying to take that next step, and I think those guys last year helped us with our mental focus this year.
PJ, any young guys standing out? O-line, D-line, you know, anyone you're going against, you know, the freshmen?
Yeah, there are a lot of, there's a list of young guys, but, you know, I mean, I love Adisa. I love Adisa Isaac. You know, since he's come in the spring, you know, he's been a talented guy. I think he's really performing this camp, and he's going to definitely contribute this year. I would say Caden Wallace on the offensive side. You know, it's not common for an offensive tackle to have success, but I think Caden is really working hard. You know, going against those defensive ends made him step his game up, and I think he's doing just that. So, I mean, those are the two young guys that me personally, but I mean, there's a long list of them.
Are you helping out with Joseph Darko at all? What have you seen from him? I mean, he's making a big jump, obviously. From
yeah. I mean, he came to the country like a day before camp, so I mean, it definitely is a big jump. Coming from a different country. But yeah, we help him out. I mean, all the guys, not just myself, you know. He's a big kid. He's a physical kid. He's going to be great here. You know, there are steps that he needs to take, and he knows that, but he's fine with that, and we're going to help him out. So, yeah, I mean, we're helping him out.
Thanks, man.
Coach Franklin mentioned that he'd look out from his patio in the summer and you'd be out here hitting the sled. What was that routine like for you in the summer? And who else was out here with you? Were you alone?
No, I wasn't alone. I mean, I'd have Judge Culpepper was my roommate. I'd get him up on a Saturday morning or after a hard workout. I would just go hit the sled. Like I said earlier, like, muscle memory is huge for the defensive line. You know, we just got to rep it constantly, and I think that's what we did, and it's paying dividends on the field, because, you know, we're striking every play. We're striking way better than we did last season. So.
Time for two more.
What does Rob bring to the group, not just from a talent perspective, but as a leader as well? How is he kind of taking on a new role with Kevin moving on?
Yeah, I mean, Rob is a leader. You know, you can go to Rob for questions. You can go to Rob for on the field or off the field questions. So, you know, we look to Rob. You know, he's been here for a long time. I mean, he was here when they won the Big Ten championship. So, you know, Rob's been through it all. He's seen everything. So, I mean, you can go to him as a mentor or whatever need be. So, yeah, we love Rob. He's a leader in our room for sure.
Speaking of Kevin Gibbons, he's having a pretty good game last night. Have you stayed in touch with him at all?
Yeah. I just texted him today. It's funny you mentioned that. I texted him today. He said, "What's up, back?" But I had to go out to practice, so I couldn't hit him back. I watched the game. The whole defensive line. We watched the game last night, and you know, Kev looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, we all knew that. We expected that. We don't expect anything less from him. You know, Kev's gonna have a successful career in the NFL, and we can't wait to watch and continue to see what he does.
Did you guys like huddle in a dorm room to watch that?
We went to Applebee's last night and watched it. So yeah, we had a little D-line.
Living large.
Yeah,
half
living
price
large.
apps at that point.
Yeah. You know, you gotta get all of that. So yeah, we watched at Applebee's and had a good time. I was looking down at my phone, and I saw 60 running across, and I saw Gibbons on the back, and we all screamed out, "That's Kevin!" So I mean, he looked good.